Good morning and welcome to the Forex Daily Update, brought to you by Pepperstone on Friday the 22nd of June 2018. I'm Darren Sinden, and you can follow me throughout the day on Twitter by using @ds_Pepperstone. Right, let's take a look at overnight changes and price moves to be aware of. And a bit of a push back really against the dollar is the theme this morning. Both the euro and the British pound making reasonable gains against the US currency of around 0.2%. Star of the show really though is the Kiwi. Remember that that moved to 2018 lows yesterday on disappointing GDP data. Well, it shrugged that off and it's gained 0.44% against the US currency. Dollar index for its part reflecting those moves against the US currency and trading at 94.73. So 95, that key level which looked so important, has given way again. It's the second or third time this year that we failed to make headway above that figure. Okay then, what's on the calendar? Events that may move the markets today. A pretty compact but busy calendar nonetheless. Just to remind you, two key meetings ongoing. It's the second day of the OPEC meeting in Vienna, a decision I should say about production due out later today, and the ongoing meeting of the Euro Group, and this time it's the financial ministers, the chancellors of European countries that are meeting to discuss Eurozone finances. We've already had some data out of Japan, including all industry activity index, but more on those data points a little bit later. And to come at 7:30 GMT, we have PMI data out of Germany, composite, manufacturing and service data all out of Germany for June, and that's to say at 7:30, giving us half an hour to extrapolate thoughts from the German data before the Eurozone data comes out at 8 o'clock. And again, we have manufacturing, services and composite PMI data for June at 8 AM GMT. Jump forward then to 12:30 and we get retail sales for May and consumer price index data, retail sales for April I should say, and consumer price index data for May out of Canada. Pretty comprehensive report this, with two different sets of CPI data and the retail sales. And then 13:45 we see services and composite PMI data for June out of the USA, and the day is rounded off as ever on a Friday at 1700 with the release of the Baker Hughes US oil rig count. Quite pertinent really, given the OPEC meeting taking place in Vienna today. Right then, breaking news and comment that's caught my eye overnight. First of all, Japanese inflation holds steady in May after a series of recent declines. However, manufacturing export orders in the country fell sharply on trade war fears. Meanwhile, the US banking sector has passed the first round of the Fed's annual stress test, raising hopes of a bumper dividend for shareholders and investors in that sector. Oil prices have risen slightly in Asian trade as the market awaits OPEC's production decision due out later today. Most people are still expecting an agreement to raise production levels among OPEC members and Russia, although the Iranians could perhaps still throw a spanner in the works. And Turkey's preparing for Sunday's presidential election. The question is, can a united opposition cause an upset for President Erdogan and his AKP party? And we'll obviously know more about that later on Sunday. Right then, food for thought, something to take away with you into the trading day and beyond. Well, why not think about this? Eurozone finance ministers are meeting to agree a plan that will allow Greece to emerge from its bailout on August the 20th. And they could also release a final round of 12 billion of new funds, 12 billion euros that is, of new funds, to help support that move. The question I'd like to ask though is, will Greece be able to stand on its own 2 feet economically? A couple of charts here perhaps shed some light on that. Cumulative gain or loss in GDP since 2009. The top line is the Eurozone and the blue line here Greece, and then a comparative of unemployment between May 2010 and March of this year, again between the Eurozone as a whole and Greece. And we can see that Greek employment, or unemployment I should say, is still above 20%. Right. Please take a moment to read the risk warning. Trading CFDs and foreign exchange on margin can be a risky business. If you're in any doubt about those risks or the suitability of leverage products for you, then please do contact your Pepperstone account representative. Thank you for your time.